Hey there, do you ever want to reroll your guns again, but you've reached the max amount of rerolls? Gearbox developers gave us an 11 max rerolls, but what is this economy? It drives me nuts. So in today's video, I'm going to go ahead and teach you how to dupe guns and gear, and also back up your save files so you can basically get infinite moon orbs. Now, also, this is not just a PC tutorial. I got a friend, Professor Hacks, to help me out with a PS4/PS5 tutorial. And also, I have some tips and tricks to how to do this on Xbox. Now, unfortunately, I couldn't find someone to send me any video footage for Xbox, but I do have a basic explanation from my comment section. And also, all of the duping and save file backups are all the same methods from Borderlands 3. So if you already knew how to dupe and back up your gear and stuff from Borderlands 3, then you can do it in Wonderlands. So there you go. I just saved you the whole video if you already knew how to do it in BL3, but you didn't know how to do it in Wonderlands. But with that being said, let's go ahead and just hop straight into it. Go down to the timestamps in the video below if you're on PS5. It should just be in the video itself. And if you're on Xbox, I'll include a small explanation at the end. So let's get into it. Alrighty, so let's get straight into it. Now, the piece of gear we're going to be re-rolling is this green random assault rifle I picked up from a vending machine. And it's in my inventory, and we're going to go ahead and quit to the main menu. Now, what you're going to do is you're actually going to Alt-Tab. You're going to go to your folder. You're going to ignore this folder called Hardcore Porn, and then we're going to go ahead and go to the Documents. Inside the Documents, you go to My Games, Tiny Tina's Wonderlands, Saved, Save Games, and then you're going to see this folder with a bunch of random numbers and letters, and go ahead and click on that. Now, inside this folder, you will only see a file that looks like this, number.save. Usually it's one.save, and you will see profile.save. Now, quick tip is to back these up into a separate folder, so copy and paste these as backups. If the cloud ever deletes your files for some reason, you can actually just have a backup of your profile. And obviously you will need to back this up every so often, because as you gain more myth rank, or this also has your bank on it. So yeah. Now, how we're going to go ahead and duplicate save files is very simple. You just literally copy and paste, and it is that easy. Now, you notice when we go to load character, we don't see a second save here. And that's because, number one, in Wonderlands, you can only have one character. So some of these other save files are the same Graveborn. And if I were to name these like 2.save, it's actually not going to show up. You actually can only have like one version of a character, as weird as that sounds. Anyways, though, we have our save we have with the item on it, and then we have our copy of the save. So go ahead and just load the game. Once we get in here, we're going to re-roll that gun to our heart's content. And, what's the most rare enchantment in the game? The Barrage Anointment. So let's just try to find a Barrage Anointment. Now, obviously, we're not going to find it, right? Except that I'm recording, so maybe we will this one time. Even though I've re-rolled for, like, literal hours to get Barrage Anointment on my guns. Wow! I fucking knew we were going to find it, dude. I found it. Look, right there. I fucking knew we were going to find it. Except, let's pretend like we didn't find it. And let's just re-roll this until we get the max. Alrighty, we've reached the maximum. 2048 moon orbs. I can't afford to re-roll this anymore. So now, we're going to go ahead and just quit back to the main menu. Alt-Tab back to your folder. Wait till you get to the main menu. You'll also notice sometimes temporary files get in here. Just delete them. I always just delete them to clean up my folder. Anyways, we're going to simply delete one.save. We're going to go to the copy, and we're going to copy the copy and repaste it. Then we have to name this a different number than the last number. It only has to be different from the last number. So 23.save, click play, click load character. It's very important you load character in between saves. And if you notice something if it didn't revert, then you didn't load your character. So you'll have to quit back to the main menu again. Anyways, once you load the new character, you load back into the game. We have 4,000 moon orbs again, and this is back to the minimum roll. Now, we're just going to go ahead and do this again. Obviously, we won't find the Barrage Anointment because, clearly we found it the first time, but we won't find it the second time. And, I don't have to get this to the max. I'm just doing it for the video. All right. get this to the max again, and we didn't find the barrage anointment and we can't afford it. So we go ahead and we just repeat the process. Quit to the main menu, delete the current save we were on, copy, paste the copy, name it a different number than the previous one, .save, go to play, make sure you load character, and we do it again. And when I load in again, you're gonna see that we're gonna have 4,000 moon orbs again, and our gun is gonna be unrolled. So unrolled gun, 4,000 moon orbs again, re-roll again, until you find the enchantment that you want. Ah, action skill start melee damage, that was what I wanted. So we'll confirm it. And then what you're gonna do is you're gonna put this gun into your bank. So action skill melee, put that in our bank. And you're gonna go ahead and quit the game and do the same exact thing again. However, we're done re-rolling, so we don't need this copy anymore. So we're just gonna rename the copy. We'll rename it back to 1.save. Like I said, make sure this number is different from whatever the previous number was. Oh, it wasn't different. All right, 4.save. You'll notice when you have this check mark here, you gotta rename it again. Load character, the check mark is gone, reselect it, continue. All right, that was actually a good example. I messed up a little bit there. Because you gotta make sure the check mark goes away and you're reselecting your file. And you'll notice this gun is unrolled. We have our max moon orbs back. But I can just go to the bank where I put that gun in, and there it is with the enchantment that we wanted. But, you know, actually I don't care about this. And that is how you do this method on PC. Now we're going to cut over to the PS5 method from Professor Hex. Make sure to check out his Twitch channel. He streams live. He does PS5 duping lobbies and giveaways, and he was the perfect guy for this video. So I'll see you guys later. I'm giving it over to Professor Hex.
What's up, friends? It's Hax coming at you with the PS4, PS5 item duping tutorial for Tiny Tina's Wonderlands. Now, I know that many of you are wondering how you can duplicate your items on console so that you can give them away at your leisure without ever having to worry about getting them back, or how you can re-roll your enchantments over and over again to get that perfect roll without having to sacrifice any of those precious moon rocks. Well, friends, we have the guide here right here for you. One thing I will suggest: make sure you have a handy-dandy USB drive. This will make your life much easier. If you are on PlayStation Plus, you can use the cloud. The cloud works just as well, but I do recommend always keeping a USB drive just in case shit goes south. So, here's what we're going to do. As you can see, we have Wonderlands loaded up. We're going to put our USB into our PlayStation like so. Bam! Alright, now once you have all of your Wonderlands files that you want to keep copies of set and ready to go, you're going to come up here into Settings. Alright? When you come into Settings, you're going to scroll down into Save Data and Game App Settings. Hit X. Alright, and you'll notice you'll have a PS5 and a PS4 version. I strongly encourage you, when you get the PS5 version, to also download the PS4 version. It serves as a nifty little lunchbox for you to keep all of your extra shit in, but it's also a backup in case things go south. And do note that anything that's on your PS4 version, character save-wise, can also be loaded on the PS5 version. You do not have to import your files over. Very informative. So, we're going to go to the PS4. We're going to assume that our files are on the PS4. Alright? We're going to go to our console storage. Okay? Once all of our files are situated and set to go, we're going to come over to our console storage and we're going to hit X. Alright? We're going to scroll down until we find Tiny Tina's Wonderlands. Here we have it. Now, if you hit X right here, it's going to automatically copy everything that you have Tiny Tina's Wonderlands related to your USB. If you want to be finicky about it, you can come over to the little pencil icon, you can hit X, and then you can pick individual files that you want to copy over to the USB for whatever reason if you don't want to copy everything. Alright? Once you copy the files and select all of what you want to cross over, this little upload link will light up. You can click Upload. You upload all of the files to the USB. If there are duplicates, it will ask you if you want to override. Generally speaking, this will be because you have a fresh file you want to put over the old file. You want to hit Apply Yes to All. Continue with the upload. All right. So, once you have everything situated, we're going to load up Wonderlands real quick just to show you what I mean. So we're going to load up Wonderlands on the PS4, and we're going to run through this real quick. So let's load up... what's going to be a quick character to drop? Let's load up, I don't know. Let's upload Sporely. Alright. We're gonna drop everything. Alright, so as you can see, all of the items on the ground, nothing in my inventory. We're gonna go ahead and quit the game out. So as you saw, nothing there. There should be nothing on that profile. Everything auto-saved, all the files dropped. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna go to our home screen and we're gonna close this version of the game here. And we are going to go back to our settings. We're going to go to save data again. We're going to go to PS4. We're going to go to USB drive. And this time you'll see when we're on the USB drive, it says copy to console storage. We're just going to go ahead and copy all of Tiny Tina's. It'll take it a second for that copy icon to load back up. But once it does, I don't know why it takes it so long to do this, but once it does, there we go. We'll copy that over. It's going to ask us if we want to apply to all, like I mentioned earlier. You hit yes. Boom. You'll see we've got about 20 seconds left until it does its magic. Alright, boom, we should be good to go. Everything should be copied on over. So we're going to back out. We're going to load Wonderlands again. And just because we're doing this with gear, do not underestimate how far you can go with this. If you want to spend all of your money and then reboot the original save status that you had, it'll bring all of that money back. Same thing with Moonstones. If you want to re-roll enchantments and you get to the point where you didn't get the enchantment that you want and it's too costly to continue re-rolling, you just reboot the save state. Everything will go back to the way it was when you uploaded that save state. So you can effectively re-roll and re-roll and re-roll until your heart's content and you get exactly what you want. And then once you get what you want, you just go ahead and you resituate that save state. You re-upload to the USB. So that shit is locked in. If you do not lock it in, once you get what you want, it will revert back to the original save state that you uploaded to the USB to begin with. So you want to make sure that you re-upload to the USB the save state with the enchantment or what have you that you want on it. Otherwise, you're going back to where you started. So we're going to go ahead and sign back in again. Well, Thick, I hope you cut this down. Shit's ridiculous. Alright, so we're gonna play, we're gonna load character, we're gonna find Sporely again. Our good friend Sporely. There we go. Sporely again. We're gonna select that character, we're gonna continue back on in, we're gonna be right back in Brighthoof, and as you shall see, when we load back into Brighthoof, we should have, if everything worked the way it should, all of our shit back. Everything back to the normal state, even though you saw us drop everything to begin with. We will be back to all of the original save file glory once we make it past the loading screens, of course. Alright, see, liquid cooling's already back, and everything in our inventory is back the way it was. Now, another thing to note, alright, it's like I've mentioned, if you have the PS4 or the PS5, let's do PS5 this time. If you hit your options button, you can upload and download your saved game data. So if you don't want to back it up to a USB, or if you want double copies, you can take your console, if you're on PS Plus, and upload your console storage to the cloud. It does the same thing that the USB does, and when you're ready to grab it, you just come down here to download, and you download from your cloud to your console storage. This works for both PS4 and PS5. You can do it either way. I traditionally use the USB, but you can do it however you see fit. It's just nice to be able to have more than one option. Well, I think that's all that I really need to say about this. I hope this helps you to get some gear and help your friends out. Drop some gear for your friends without worry about having to get it back. Reroll your enchantments to your heart's content. Blow that money however you see fit. It's just a nifty little trick to be able to get around some of the economy walls that Gearbox has set up for us and make your life as a Fate Maker a little bit easier. So this has been Hacks. Hope you enjoy the tutorial. If you have any comments or questions, I stream at least 3 or 4 times a week over at twitch.tv/H4XZZHD. Be happy to help you out with some gear. Be happy to help you out with any questions you have. Until then, peace. Have a good one.
Alrighty, now for Xbox, unfortunately, like I said, I didn't have anyone to make the video with me, so I just made this community post a while back to see if we get any duping methods. Now, if you're on Xbox, after we go through this section, I actually also recommend you go back and watch the PS5 section. If I had to guess, I would guess that the methods might be similar, or you could possibly look up a Borderlands 3 Xbox duping tutorial, because at least on PC and PS5, and I'm pretty sure the guy right here is going to say the exact same methods from Borderlands 3. So let's go ahead and just read some of these. So this guy says the exact same method as last game works. The host spams L Alt and L Control, RB LB or R1 L1 in the vault. Person with gear spams EA or X to deposit it. Multiple items will appear in the backpack or the vault, whichever item was transferred. Also, you can just plug a controller into your PC, and Wonderlands will adjust all... Oh, that was a tip for me. So that's our first tip. Next, if you have a friend, join their game and open a trade. Put in the money and or items. You accept. Friend stays idle, hovering over the trade. You quit your game via the Xbox button, Tiny Tina Wonderlands, quit game. As soon as you're closed and back on the home menu, have your friend accept the trade. Launch the game, and you still have your items, and your buddy does too. I use this when I want to dupe just because it's simple and doesn't require button mashing. And then this last guy says, get a second controller, log into the game so hotfixes apply, then go into the network and put it in offline mode. Drop the stuff to the second controller, then quit to the main menu. Go to Manage Games and Apps on Wonderlands, go to Save Data, delete the save, not the second controller save, put the console back online, then launch Wonderlands and it'll grab your save off the cloud. Sorry, can't provide footage. So, there you go. I hope if you're on Xbox, between this explanation and go back and watch the PS5 explanation, maybe you can figure out how to do it on Xbox using similar methods that Hacks used. So, I hope you guys enjoy this video. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. I'm out.